Welcome everybody to the Krogg and Qwerty Show's Cash Vault. We got another couple questions here today that me and Krogg provided each other, and we got a question for you guys. I got Krogg here on Discord. Say what's up, Krogg.
What's up, Krogg? Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Alright, and I am, of course, Qwerty. And Krogg is spiking the mic.
Sorry, I cut my hand and stuff. I don't know. Whatever.
It sounded ridiculous, but that's fine. That's good. I like it.
It's
All right.
Great.
So, I'm going to go... Krogg, you can ask me my question first. What is my question?
Alright, Qwerty. This is top five.
Very
What
good.
the hell is it?
Very good, robot. You're doing great, by the way. With some
Thank you.
doing
Thank
very
you.
well.
Trying
Doing very well.
Very hard. Top five. What is it?
Oh my god.
I can't grab it. I didn't write it down, of course.
Alright, so down in the comments, if you want to join the show, need a new co-host, put it down in the comments.
There you go.
Hit the sub button because you're going to be part of the show anyway, so you might as well support us. You know, support yourself now. Okay, it's 5 games, not worth anyone's time. Not worth buying, not worth playing.
That's right.
Yes. So, alright. I picked the first 3. I picked a little bit on, well, it's PlayStation, but I think there are other formats as well for probably all of these. But the first one I got is Skyforge. Skyforge, this isn't necessarily like the only games that I would say yay or nay. It's just the first 5 that really came to my mind. So Skyforge, it seemed good at first, but then the maps were like exactly the same. I don't know about late game, but I was like in the first town or city or whatever you want to call it, and I see max level players, and I'm like, okay, maybe you come back to this. And after I played a while, I'm like, no, it's just one central place, and you just launch all your missions from it. And it just kind of ruined it for me a little bit, because I'm like, I like a little bit of an open world, you know. I don't want to just a cell phone game. I can see that they just launch whatever missions and stuff like that, but on the PlayStation, I'm like, not enough there for me. I could be wrong again. Anything that I have wrong in here, or you want me to check out, maybe a different video or something on it, put it down in the comments. Because yeah, I'm not always right. Not always wrong though either. Alright, second one is Dauntless. Do you remember this, Krogg? We downloaded it.
Oh,
it took
God.
like 4 hours to download, and we played it, and it was like
Awful.
linear. The most linear thing.
So linear.
Because it was just like, okay, well, you need this armor and this weapon. Okay, well, now you're going to fight the cold monster, so you need to get the fire armor and the fire weapon. And just stuff like that, and just everyone looked the same. Everyone's wearing the same stuff.
Everybody looked the flip insane.
And it was just...
And you go up, and it's just...
I think it was the same thing, too. It was just like Skyforge. It was one single town. I don't know if they've expanded on these games, or if it was just I couldn't stomach it long enough to get to other content.
I mean,
but
I'm sure there's something there, but it's just, that's like a single player MMO game. Like, you play
and then
through it once to the end to see the story if you want to.
Usually when I hear a bunch about a game, I play it, don't like it, and then I don't hear about it anymore. I usually feel pretty good about my assessment. So.
Yeah.
Alright, so 3
crap about them.
is something we just played recently. Krogg already knows what I'm going to say. Caravan Stories. Again, another game that I couldn't play it past an hour. Like, I was just like, there's linear paths that's like running down a hallway, like a grassed tree, like hallway. It was so weird. And then like you were running past monsters to do your quest, your fetch quest. You're not even like killing the monsters. There was like no point in killing them. And then it's like you get to the town.
Fable.
Right, but Fable is better because you get in the town and they're just standing there. No one's walking around, no one's saying anything.
Right in front of their front door.
Right in front of their front doors. There's no like chickens or anything walking around. There's no nothing. It's just like dead. It's like a dead world. Yeah. And then you go out into the thing and yeah, they got the monsters kind of moving, but that's it. They're just like, you can see. Like, it's because it's a long path, you can see the next 5 monsters you would have to fight if you wanted to fight them all. Like, it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah,
and then
I remember this big square dungeon areas. There was like 3 big squares, leading up to like a cave or an exit or whatever.
Right.
And there was like 2 monsters that you fight in each square, but the squares are flipping huge. Just so big, and then there's nothing
They didn't
going
fill
on
it.
in the room
They didn't
at
fill
all.
it.
There's absolutely nothing in
Yeah.
the room. It looks like a mobile game. Like, honestly.
And then, for
it looks
me,
like
the battle system seemed lackluster. I mean, Krogg seemed like he thought it was okay, but it just felt very slow paced to me. I mean, it didn't feel very fluent. It felt very clunky to me, but again, like everyone has their own different style. Just
we didn't give it much time, but
it would have been
seeing
better
that
as an
first
RTS, like a tactics game. Would have been better as than what they did, I think. All right, we're gonna move along here.
It was
Alright.
bad.
Just bad. Alright. So my number 2 is something that you should not even worry about downloading, and there's no questions about this. It's Drunken Wrestlers on Steam. It just doesn't work.
God.
The game just doesn't work. It seems like it'd be funny, and it is funny for the first like 2 minutes because the guys like get all glitched out, and then he's just like laying on the ground. And I don't know. We couldn't even get a full match. We were using it for our couch unco-op, and we couldn't even get through a whole match because like the arm would like go sideways, and you couldn't hit him. And then one guy, like the gravity, it was almost like the gravity of his chest was 1,000 pounds, and he was just like stuck on the ground. His legs were just kind of like twitching and glitching out. So yeah, don't bother with that. I thought it would be at least funny, like Gang Beast or something, but no.
Yeah, no.
Alright, and then number 1 for me, and I stand by this because I've said this is actually a game mode. It's not just one game, but it's Battle Royales. It can't be around forever. It's one game mode, and all these other companies, it seems like the more they come out with new ones, the worse they're getting now. Like these, I mean, yeah, obviously Fortnite did great with it, but okay, how much Fortnite can you handle? I mean, I'm sick of it after how many years? 3, 4 years?
2 isn't doing as well.
And then you got
Apex.
then Apex came out, and that was cool for a little bit, but again, it's one game mode. And then, you know, Call of Duty and Battlefield and
Call of Duty.
and Counter-Strike, they all tried to make Battle Royales, and they're just horrible. Like the big box names that weren't like, you know, just some random company making a game mode. It was just like, I don't see it getting better. How can we make it better that we won't get bored of it? I don't see how.
See, like you said, I don't mind it as a game mode, sure, as an extra thing to maybe go into every once in a while. Like, but all these games would be so awesome. Like, could you imagine if Apex had like team deathmatch and like capture points and stuff like that? That would be great. It would be great, and then you can pick your weapons out of all those weapons. It would be a good time.
I mean, you could still even, we were saying too, like you could still even have it like kind of like it is, but the pickups are like the grenades and ammo and stuff like that. But you get to pick your loadout. You get to pick your actual guns and your attachments and stuff. Maybe you can find more powerful attachments, or maybe a certain powerful gun you might be able to find. But I still don't even like that. It's like you should be able to balance it. It's just so unbalanced to me, like Battle Royales. It's flipping a coin. Yeah, once you get good at it, obviously, people that aren't sucked into it playing 100 hours a week,
well, it could
you're
be
gonna
like
be
a
able to beat
Quake
them,
style game.
Right.
So yeah, there's still rocket launchers around and stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
Enough bashing. Now it's on to Krogg, and for him, I have. What are the top 3 hardest puzzles in gaming, in your opinion?
Hardest puzzles.
Yes.
Well, I picked 3. There's obviously a bunch of them. Uncharted 4. Not actually one of the puzzles I got stuck on, but it was kind of like a puzzle. It's the ballroom, the balcony board, where you're in the ballroom and you're auctioning, or you're trying to win an auction for something that's going to give you a clue to where the treasure of Cortez is, which is the whole thing of the game.
I don't think I've ever
and
played
there's
that.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of people in the ballroom, and they're all dressed up and stuff, and there's a little bit of dialogue in the beginning, but then the dialogue stops. They don't tell you exactly what to do, and you literally have to like I see. I'm still not even sure to this day. I think you gotta like stand like in a specific spot, and
And then
then
put the paddle up or something?
after it's like after a little bit of time, when the guy goes to look away, you'll get a prompt to go into his pocket. But at first, I didn't even know which guy I was trying to. And the whole ballroom is full with like 100 people, and it's just so confusing.
What are we doing here?
Yeah, I had to look it up.
I
and
can't. It sounds a
was
lot
just- I was
more
stuck on
familiar
it for hours.
now. Is that like in the middle of the game? Because I only got to like the middle of the game.
Yeah. Well, I think it's like the third or fourth map, maybe.
Okay. So I probably did play it. But you probably told me what to do, so it was probably easier. But
Yeah, at the time, but I remember I was
You already
stuck on it
played
for
it.
a couple hours. Like, where do I go? What the hell do I do?
what do I do
But-
now?
Yeah. Okay, which brings me to number 2, Final Fantasy VII Grasslands. His name is Midgar Zalem, the snake.
It goes on them.
And all you see of this, it's basically a swamp leading into a mountain cave area,
Right.
and you have to get to that cave. And I didn't actually play this; Qwerty did, but I was there watching him do it. And
Alright, so the first time I played it,
Yeah.
I was probably like 10 years old. I'm not going to do the exact math on that, but I was younger, and I tried to run across. Stupid thing caught me. Couldn't beat it. Went and I just like farmed forever.
yeah, you just
It
farmed
went-
forever until you
Couldn't
could
beat him.
you,
Couldn't
and
beat
now you're
him.
supposed
Couldn't
to
beat him. And then eventually got to the point where like I was like it'd take a day to go up a level and stuff like that. And I go and I like somehow just barely beat him. I'm like, oh okay. And then he comes back and I'm like, what the hell? Like, how is he back? And I realized I believe you can either dodge him if you can get to the cave, or I believe if he does
Yeah.
catch you, all you have to do is flee. And you just keep doing that and you would progress. It might have actually started you back on the other side of the water. But at least you wouldn't die. You could just run across
Yeah,
if you
you're
got
just
caught.
supposed to run across, but Qwerty got to the point where he fought him and beat him, just grinding
Yep.
for hours. But
And then that was my
Yeah.
first time playing through the game, and Krogg deleted that when I was like halfway through.
because it just seemed at first like it was supposed to be a boss that you're supposed to fight before you go into the next area, and it's like, oh,
Right,
my
because
God.
you try and run past them, and he'd like catch you, because you weren't thinking like, oh, well, let me look for a pattern here. It's like Pac-Man, you know? You're not thinking like that. You're just like, oh, I can't get across this without fighting this thing, so I just gotta kill it to get to the other side. But yeah.
Yep.
All right, what else we got?
All
What's your last
Which
one?
brings me to number 1. Psycho Mantis and Metal Gear Solid 2. You already know if you've heard. As soon as I said Psycho Mantis, you know. Okay, so basically, they have it programmed so when you're playing it, he can react to button input on the first player controller. So to beat Psycho Mantis, you literally have to plug in the second player controller. And I don't think...
Are you controlling two different people?
No. You have to take your controller out of one and put it in two to beat the boss.
What?
That's the only way you can be
What does
beat.
that have? Like some kind of like puzzle or like riddle or something that it gives you that would hint towards
Yeah,
that?
I think there is a little riddle they give you after like an hour or something of doing the boss.
Like, here's your hint: unplug the machine and throw it out the window. There, you beat it. You beat the game.
That's just like, that's the most ridiculous puzzle ever. Like,
Yeah, that's like
it breaks the fourth wall pretty much.
right, exactly.
Like, wait, I gotta do something here.
That's weird.
This is bullshit.
Just weird.
Like, yeah.
But yeah, it's a good puzzle right there. I haven't actually seen it. I'll have to look that up and see exactly what that's all about. But alright, there you guys have it. There's our questions for today, our cash vault. I got a question for you, and your question is the hardest game you have ever played. You've played, not someone else. You. The hardest game that you've played. So maybe you're not good at rhythm games, maybe you're not good at shooters, whatever it is. I want to see that down in the comments. On your way down, punch the sub button, hit the like button. I am Qwerty here with Krogg, signing out, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace!